So good evening, everybody. Today is Tuesday, July 22nd. Good
Starting the meeting?
Trina, thank you.
Today is Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025, 6 p.m. Meeting of the Board of Health. Roll call, Dr. Christian Robbins here, Chairman. Todd.
Todd Arsenault, clerk present.
Okay. Additions, deletions. We have 1.2.1 18 Main Street grease trap. That is placed on the agenda.
Yes, that is for Rick to
You wanna
speak about.
do that right now?
Sure.
Yes.
So 18 Main Street's the Harbor Shopping Mall. And this is the space that used to be the Santander Bank, I think it was. But they're proposing to put a Starbucks in it.
He can. Are you able to project this down here, please, or no? So that Todd can see it?
I didn't go.
He can. Okay, I would appreciate if the people that are online, if they would mute themselves, please. We just started the meeting, please.
Yes.
Kristen, who are you looking to get on?
No, here on the table, if you can project this map. Because Todd is remote, so that he can benefit from the blueprints.
So what is this? Soda ash. Yeah, but see about it. Just tubes on. And burn your skin. I have 10 years I haven't had a razor in my skin. I just want you to be careful.
But I can kind of go, there's not way too much to it.
Can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear me?
No, we can't.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm on my phone, so it's really hard to see. So I don't think it's very.
Okay.
I'm not going to see much, anyways.
Okay.
So you know where the building though is in front of the Harbor Mall? 18
Correct.
Main.
The old Santander Bank.
Exactly, yep.
Yep.
So they're looking to put a Starbucks in that space. And so I'm still working with them. I think we got it straightened out at the end of today. As far as the number of seats, I believe it's gonna be 66 seats. But as part of it, they need to put a grease trap in because it was a bank before. Now they're going to a restaurant that's gonna generate some grease. And so what they are proposing to do is come out of the side of the building that's kind of towards where Groton and Pepperell are.
Right.
With a line that's just from the kitchen. It'll be a 1,500 gallon grease trap, and then it'll tie right back into the sewer manhole structure where the sewer goes to now.
So the grease trap will go from here,
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
So this is the building.
That's the building
And
there.
it will go from here, the building, to the grease trap, and then all the way down.
So it'll go out this line and then to that structure right there.
Okay.
And this will be the drive-through right here that they're kind of working on right now. But that's really all they're proposing to do is just put that grease trap in to address the change to a restaurant.
Any questions?
Well, we have.
I'm assuming they don't have to do anything to upgrade the septic.
No, so the system was put in a while ago. It's approved for 15,000 gallons per day.
Okay.
And so what we've always done as they've changed tenants is they have a spreadsheet that they keep that has a number as far as design flow associated with it.
Yep.
And so we make sure that they don't exceed that 15,000 gallons per day as the tenants come and go. And so that's kind of what I'm finalizing with her right now. They're right up against it. I think they're going to be right around like 14,940 gallons per day once they're done. So, you know, the vacant spaces are accounted for. But they're really gonna be limited to like office or retail use at this point.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we have to approve for this project then.
And I don't have a permit just because it's gonna reference the number of seats, which I haven't done yet. So what they're looking for us to do is for you guys to approve it conditionally on settling that piece, and then I could issue a permit.
Conditionally on which piece?
So settling on the number of seats that the restaurant can have.
Be on a ladder or anything like that. To get,
Uh,
yeah.
I propose a motion to conditionally approve 18 Main Street Grease Trap Project, condition to the having referenced the number of seats that are required for this project.
Having trouble.
I will second that motion.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Yeah.
Aye.
Okay,
There.
very well.
Can't show a movie until I think.
Right. Right. Nor can you start it and we have to grow.
Okay, very well. We go to 1.3 septic permits for review, 146 Mason Road, new construction.
With the box.
It's this one, correct?
That one.
Put everything away.
So this is the intersection, Mason Greenville Road.
Just
So
found
Mason Road right here, Greenville Road right here. That's the existing barn at the
You
Four
get
Farm.
Some-
And this is the existing house. So they had a filling system out there, which is
now.
generally in the same location as they're trying to put the new one. There was a line coming out of the kitchen that went to the dry well, and then the sewer that was handling the rest of the house came out right here. And so they're gonna tie everything into this new system. It'll be a 1,500 gallon tank, 1,000 gallon tank, and then a 22.17 foot infiltrator chamber field. So they're plastic chambers. It's an approved technology by the state. And so it is in full compliance with the upgrade regulations. It just doesn't have a reserve, which is not required for an upgrade.
Any recommendations from your end, Rick?
Nope, I've reviewed it and gone through a set of revisions, so this is the plan that I think is, ready for approval.
Okay. Todd, any questions?
I'm sorry. So this is the house, the existing house at the Poor Farm
Correct, yep.
on the corner. Okay. Yep. No, I'm good.
Okay. I present a motion to approve 146 Mason Road new construction septic system.
And I'll second that motion.
Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
To be signed out of.
Hmm?
Signed out of meeting.
That one you have, so the 18 Main Street.
Oh, sweet, okay.
Okay. Let me sign it. Okay. There's a note here.
Usually, I usually have.
And the 129 Lunenburg Road restoration orchid discussion will be regarding zoning use permit will be continued on our next meeting on August 12th, 2025. We have on our agenda Yee's Village with Mr. Philip Yee here.
My name's Greg.
Craig? Oh,
Greg.
Craig, I'm so sorry, sir.
Brothers, Philip is my brother.
Okay, very good, thank
The
you.
co-owner of the restaurant.
Okay, thank you. Rick, can you bring us the food inspection report, please?
Yeah, so I think you got a copy of it there.
Yep.
So this was the inspection from June 30th, 2025. I believe we're just gonna go and do a follow-up soon to see where things are. But if you turn to page 9, that's kind of where it starts to lay out what the issues were that were found during that inspection. And so references sections of the food code, but in the additional notes section, it kind of gives it in more easy to understand format. So it says, small buckets in front of hand sink blocking accessibility. You know, basically you need a hand sink and you need it to be accessible so that you use that for your hand washing. You shouldn't be using the 3-bay sinks for hand washing purposes.
Actually,
Yep.
yeah, well, again, we weren't aware of that, so obviously we will move that, over the hand sink. We don't use hand sink, the 3 compartment to use, we always wash it at the hand sink.
Sure. So I guess, you know, the point is, and I don't,
Probably blocking the way, and she thought maybe that is probably, you know, sometimes you don't realize you're doing that,
sure.
you know, so.
So I guess, you know, as you're working in the kitchen, you know, there's times where you might be working with food
That's right.
and you need to go and wash your hands.
Right.
And I guess the idea is, you know, you wouldn't want to move a bunch of stuff to be able to get there to use it, yeah.
Sometimes you just go over it,
Sure.
you know, just like.
So I guess, you know, if in the future, you know, it'd be fully accessible.
Move it from the front of the hands, and it'll be a lot easier to access.
And then item number 15, rotten vegetables, tomato and lettuce stored with meats and chicken. The produce was discarded, so you know she had them thrown away while she was there, but you know the cross contamination is the concern. So when you have produce that typically isn't cooked and you've got raw meats that do require cooking.
It will on separate shelves too.
Sure, so, you know, when I don't, you know, she doesn't clarify, but typically when you put foods in your cooler, you'd have the produce above the meats and the meats would be
Right.
below so that you
The
don't
meat
have.
was on third shelf on the bottom, the very bottom,
Okay.
whereas you have one shelf that was more of a drinks that we have like orange juice, and the top one was I wasn't there, actually.
Sure,
I was there on that day.
because I know, you know,
There was my brother told me there was some, tomatoes that wasn't discarded, and that is.
and so, you know, I guess that I'll check with her to get it, but she said stored with meats and kitchens and chicken. And so, you know, I remember the last inspection that we had gone on, you have that smaller white fridge in the kitchen. And, you know, it was kind of a similar situation where you had hamburger meat and tomatoes, you know, kind of stored on the same shelf next to each other. And so, you know, again, just think about the cross contamination when you're storing the foods. And then, item number 23, no date mark system in place for foods or refrigerator and freezers. And so, you know, it was kind of a recurring thing in the inspections
That
where.
would be yes, it was a current thing, and I'm sorry about that, and it's corrected.
And you understand what you need to do,
Yes.
so you're dating things, labeling things so that you know when it
It
was.
was stickers on it, with my so.
And then observed cooks without effective hair restraints, so you know, hats or hairnets. in the
Yeah,
kitchen.
again, I went to Monday's my day off.
Sure.
One day a week.
And so it was, Philip was there that day.
Correct.
Okay.
And again, Philip is getting older. He managed, but not managed.
Sure, yeah, and I don't think I've met Philip in the restaurant every time we've been in there, you were there. Yeah.
He's being.
Yeah. So, so obviously, you know, the board asked you to come in tonight because it seemed like there were some violations that were recurring.
Right.
And Bridget was coming and performing inspections more than we would expect for an establishment. And so one of the things that she had asked me to relay to you, and I believe she already did, was that, you know, these follow-up inspections will incur a fee for the additional inspection.
And I don't want that.
And, you know, the hope is
I
that
know.
that we can get things, you know, moving in the right direction and not have to continue to come.
Right. But I would apologize for these past few months. I mean, look, I told you what had happened with my family and things like that, so. You know, I'm getting back to, you know, managing business and so I will. You know, do all the necessary things and, you know, Sure.
And so Kristen's the chairman of the board.
Yeah.
Todd on Zoom is the clerk for the board, and so,
Todd, do you have any questions for Mr. Eves regarding the report that, I know that you received it via email too?
I keep hearing the word reoccurring. How many reoccurrences are we talking? Ish.
So, in the past 6 to 8 months, I want to say there's probably been 4 to 5 inspections. And the ones that seem to keep coming up are the date labeling and the food storage. So, issues with potential cross contamination.
Right. So to me, that doesn't sound like a hardship to me. That sounds like should have been something that was taken care of, not maybe on the first shot. I'll give you the second shot, but if it's been 4 or 5 reoccurring incidences, I don't think that's a hardship, I'll say. I think you need to fix that and right, and I don't know what we should do about it at this point, but
So sharing my comments with our clerk, Mr. Yeast.
Yeah.
This is not the first reoccurrence. Since I've been chair of the Board of Health, we received multiple reoccurrences regarding inspections that our sanitarians have done. And coming here to this board is because, yes.
What happens,
Mhm.
there was,
Fans on.
main thing she complained about was the freezer door. That was the main thing that caused for her to come back again and again. Because, and you went there also one time and took a look at it. Once it's fixed, it is fixed. Yeah. It is fixed. And
So-
that was the multiple times.
So let me reiterate, sir. What we want is, sir.
Yeah.
We want this to get handled and fixed once and for all.
Yes.
And what we want here is, sir, that we should have all this situation be on compliance.
Yes.
Which means that here the board is concerned because from the reports that we receive from the sanitarians coming in multiple times, there have been things that haven't been addressed. So as of right now, I'm recommending to provide 30-day calendar, 30 days per calendar days, starting today, for you to have all these issues fixed. Okay?
Okay.
And again, we are here to help, but we need you to compromise that you're able to fix all these recurring situations that have been brought by our sanitarians. So do you think that 30 days is a reasonable time to have all these? Because it's 30 calendar days, it's not 30 business days, it includes Saturdays and Sundays. Are you able to have this fixed?
Yep.
Todd, I submit a motion to the Board of Health provide 30 days for Yee's Village to complete all, I said all these occurrences.
I would second that, but what if they are not?
If they're not, they will have to come to this board and we would,
I understood.
to be honest with you, sir, if I hope that you come back and let us know that you comply with everything that our sanitarians have has mentioned to you.
Yes.
I hope that, because if this is not corrected, sir,
Yeah.
in a fullness, we don't want to be very drastic.
I know. That's why I'm also here.
And if not, we will have to review with the sanitarians and their recommendations, and we as a board would have to sit down and come up with a decision that we don't want to affect you on your business, because we understand that this is your source of income. But I want you to know, sir, that we are here protecting the people,
Right.
okay?
Right.
And we want to avoid any future complaints and any future situations. So what I recommend, based on what we are gonna vote right now is providing you 30 days for all this to be, for you to be compliant.
Okay.
And our sanitarians will be visiting and will be inspecting. Okay, sir?
Yep, understood.
Because the consequences after this will be a different one,
Yes. Understood.
okay?
I will second that motion then.
Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye,
Aye.
okay, very well. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
So,
All right.
Greg, I'll send you a letter that outlines the decision of the board tonight.
Okay,
And then obviously Bridget or one of our food inspectors will be by to check on you.
okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. 1.6 residential trash updates, we don't have any updates.
Oh, sure you do.
We do?
So this is the 3 properties that we're
Oh, okay.
tracking. So we had talked about the 2 Pine Street, which has been resolved at the last meeting. Since our last meeting, 86 South Harbor Road, they do have a dumpster there. They've cleaned the front yard to the best I can tell. Their grass is really long, but all the items that I could see before are gone, and then I'm assuming in the dumpster. The backyard looks like it has been cleared quite a bit, not completely, but you know, they've made very good progress. I did drive by 63 Mason Road, and there was recycling that was put out today, but the pile of trash in the back is still there. And so I did ask Carla to send me the return of service from when the constable had served that. And that was June 24th. And the order had provided them with, I believe it was 30 days, with 20 days to comply, which were passed at this point. And so typically what we would do is make an attempt to reach out to the homeowner and try one more time before, you know,
This, which track,
63 Mason Road.
okay,
So I, you know, as long as the board is okay with it, I will reach out to Mr. Haramundis one more time and let him know that, you know, he needs to take care of this. And after that, the board's only recourse is really to consider housing court, and bring him to housing court.
Todd, what are your thoughts?
No, I agree with that. That sounds okay.
And you actually have his telephone number so he can reach out to him and speak to him versus having a constable.
So, I mean, we can recommend, the board can recommend you to outreach for the last time. If not, I figured that our last resort is having them come to the board. To talk about
Okay.
any their coming plan for that, and if not, then we will consider any other actions per recommended by town council then.
And I guess
We're meeting Thursday
when,
at
yeah,
6
we are.
o'clock on that, excuse me.
When the goes out to, or when I talk to him, you know, it should be a definitive date that if, you know, we don't get this done by this date, then we'll, you know, move forward and we'll ask you in for a meeting. And then if that doesn't work, then we'll continue on with enforcement. And so what does the board feel is a reasonable amount of time to provide him to comply as this kind of, you know, last ditch effort to try to get that?
Todd, what about, what do you think about 10-15 days?
Yeah, I mean, they've had warning.
Okay, so are we in agreement then for give them 15 days then?
Yes.
Okay, we're in agreement with 15 days then. Okay. So from the 3, 2 got resolved. It's only 66 Mason Road is the one that we are still,
63 Mason.
63 Mason
Yeah.
Road, okay. Okay. Okay,
So I will, I'll try to get in touch with them. I'll also send them a letter, so we have a written, record of that.
Yes,
And then we'll hope that that gets taken
we
care of.
provided them 15 days. Carla. An additional, if not, they will have to come to the board, and if not, then whatever town council decides. I mean, not whatever town council advises to do. Okay, okay, very well.
Rick, see you Thursday,
I will be here.
unless you have something else that you wanna.
Well, I guess I'm just interested in the address change for the recycling.
1.7 address change for the recycling center.
The reason for that is there's the new development and the new houses.
Okay.
So the fire department was looking at renumbering them. And it was just a lot safer if we would just renumber ourselves, and I do believe it's gonna be like number 27 versus having to try and figure another way.
These are Sean Tossi's lots, right?
I just know of the new development, I would assume so.
Yeah, so he owns them. So, yeah, I guess the only thing would be, we issued, I believe it's 2 permits, and I think it's 2 permits for that
Right.
property. And so Vicky typically gives us the house numbers, if we can just check and see whether or not those have.
Oh, she's the one who came to me
Okay,
and said,
alright.
the fire department's come to me and they wanna renumber. The recycling center would be easier, and I think it would be an easier option, there's,
Okay, and they'll keep the same numbers that Vicky had already assigned.
yes.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
Okay,
we have to vote on that?
I think it would be a good idea to have a motion.
Can I'll submit a motion to change the address of the recycling center to 33 Greenville Road in West Townsend.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor, say aye. Aye,
Aye.
okay, very well,
I'll see you Thursday.
See you guys Thursday. Have a good one.
Thanks, Rick.
okay,
And 6 o'clock for town council on Thursday.
yes, 6 o'clock.
On Zoom, right?
On
Yeah.
Zoom.
Okay, perfect. All right,
Okay.
thank you.
1.8.1 recycling center fee discussion.
We're still waiting for Shaw's to come back with a proposal for the recycling center and what they're gonna be charging. As a whole, it looks like they're gonna be charging us for recycling. We are gonna have a problem with the residential people. I've already had 3 phone calls that said, well, if I privately contract, I can still bring my recycling for free to the recycling center. And if Shaw's is going to be charging us, then we're going to have to ask for a fee. We also know that the town of Lunenburg has been using the recycling center for the past year. Where the town of Lunenburg just offers the recycling center as a regional facility. Again, it has all been free. If Shaw's comes back, and I'm really hoping that they will come back by the next meeting, because we really need to figure this out. The employees at the recycling center and myself met a couple of weeks ago, and we thought that just a flat fee for everyone was just the right way to go. Probably $5 a day. If you wanna come in and use the recycling, you can come in as many times as you want, but it's gonna be $5 a day, not $5 a year, and it's just for everybody. Everybody, the people who sign up for the sticker program are not gonna be bringing their recycling to the recycling center, they're gonna be utilizing the curbside program, that's what they're signing up for.
Todd, what are your thoughts about that?
Oh, boy. I think we're gonna have a lot of recyclables out there that need to go somewhere, somehow, some way. I don't know, I gotta think about this one, I think.
And we have time, We're
Yeah,
putting, I don't have anything back, but the problem is if Shaw's comes back and says, okay, we're still gonna pick up for free, you still have the town of Lunenburg and a great deal of residents that are utilizing the free service. Do you want to allow them to participate in the free service, or do you want out of town residents to pay an additional fee? They do pay a fee for the compost bin and the yard waste. So that is only a free service to residents, and they are carded when they go into the compost bin. It's gonna be huge for the employees to card everybody to make sure that they're Townsend resident or not. So we will have to move the dumpsters for the recycling, but it's something that we have to think about.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I would recommend that if it is people outside of the town, they should pay a model fee. Because it couldn't be fair for the people that of Townsend to be free and to other people that don't have any other places. I mean, that's my 2 cents out of this whole situation, but I will recommend that if it is out of town, people out of town, they should pay some sort of a fee or something.
Now, there is also the town manager in Lunenburg had reached out to me probably a year ago and said that he wanted to enter into a municipal agreement where he paid probably between 1,000 and 1,500 as a whole for towns, for Lunenburg residents to be able to use the recycling center. And I think they would have some sticker that they would get from the town of Lunenburg, so when they came in to dump off their recycling, they could show the sticker to the employees saying, nope, I'm part of Lunenburg and I'm part of this. And that might be a better option, but we're
Okay.
still waiting for Shaw's to come back with their proposal.
Yeah, we got to do a little bit of math on that. See what works, what doesn't. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I would agree with you, Christian, about if out of towners. I would have to agree that yes, would have to pay a few pennies also.
If Lunenburg brings out Todd, if they come into an agreement with Lunenburg and if they provide like a sticker or something, that would be feasible. But for other towns that are coming in, that will be then excluding other towns besides Townsend and Lunenburg. But the other towns, we still would have to.
We have any other towns
No?
that utilize that, you're talking about the plastic, the paper, and the things that you put out at the curb.
Mm.
You're putting, so think about what you put out at the curb, would you take that and bring that to the recycling center? If you have a curbside program, absolutely not, why would you put it in your car and drive it there? Certainly not gonna wanna pay for it because you're paying for a sticker. But I do see that there's people who will think that it's an easier way to bring it to the recycling center if they don't sign up for the program. And that worries me. So,
So we'll figure out something, because then if the people are not part of the program, well, we'll talk it over when you're here, Todd, right?
I'd like to have Paul here too. so
And
we have
having
full-
Paul here,
full
yeah.
forum to talk about it, it's really important.
Yeah, we don't do anything too hastily. I don't think.
Absolutely.
Okay, we have 1.9 minutes.
Minutes, I'm so sorry. Todd, can you see these?
I can see it. I can't read it, but I can see it.
So they're the June 24th minutes.
Yep.
I really like you, or it really, you should have two people that read them. So, if Christian wants to read them, I can email them to you tomorrow.
That works.
And we,
You can postpone the motions for the next meeting so that we have the full board then. We can, the minutes will be continued on the next meeting.
okay,
Invoices.
invoices, you do have the Unitil bill, which was from last June, so it is an encumbered bill that will go to the fall town meeting because it's for last year's budget, but we did account for it, so they do know that it's coming. So I would just like someone to sign for it where it's not gonna be in this year's warrant, because it's last year's, so we need to keep that separate. For Todd, our invoices are Advo Waste, which is the needle kiosk disposal. They actually had to come in and we've had two times they've come in the last 60 days, and it's $75, I believe, piece, so $150. It comes from our general revolving account. We do take in a fee of $5 for it, so we do track the revenue and the expenses. AT&T, my cell phone, $45.22 for the monthly bill. Waste stickers. Now, these are the recycle stickers, the ones that are 3 inches by 18 inches that are in my office. They're the way. We have typically been buying those through the Board of Health Supply, but the budgets have been cut so much that it's just, I don't really think that you should, first of all, you don't have the money. And second of all, we did have in the enterprise fund, we have costs for this. And as people have signed up, I have a little table that has lots of recycling information. It has the emergency checklist, should you have a problem and you need to vacate your house right away. And the recycling stickers are going like crazy. So, 500 of them is $273. We do give them out for free. Again, we have the program fees through the enterprise fund to pay for this. And then we also have for the sticker program fees, Lowell Publishing, and that is for $207.24. And that was because we had to advertise legally in the paper 2 times in a row that we were creating an enterprise fund and having a public hearing.
Right, okay.
So those bills total $675.85.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. For the next meeting, I'm not gonna be here for the next meeting on August 12th. So I'm delegating on the vice chairman on Charles Paul Serene to continue with this meeting. I don't want the meeting to be suspended because we have an agenda, the restoration orchid and all these things, so I don't want it because I'm not here to be to not the meeting take place, so I'll delegate on the vice chairman to roll the meeting.
Are you gonna be here, Todd, for that?
August 12th, I should be.
Well, we'll make sure that Paul's gonna be here too, because we'll definitely need a full quorum for that. Or not, well, 2 out of the 3 if you're not gonna be here.
No,
we're gonna need
but
both of them.
But at least having the vice chairman, he's able to
Sure.
to guide the meeting and everything else. And the next meeting, also the tobacco fees, that's to be
Waiting for the
determined.
state. We're still waiting for the state, that's why it's to be determined. So we're still waiting for the state to come back, and that's actually in our meeting minutes from June 24th that we addressed it, and we were really waiting for the state to come back with their new regulations. I would like to, where you were talking about not being here on the 12th, and I think it's okay that it's not on the meeting agenda. I don't think that it needs to be a public hearing, but my office is closed tomorrow on Wednesday, and I put it on the voicemail. It's on the website. It's on the signs inside and outside the town hall. And I really want to go see my parents. And I used to be able to, my vacation for the last few years has been taking Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday off, and I would take one day and I would go see my parents who are 93 and 87. And they're 2 hours away. I was thinking, where it already says the office is closed on Wednesday, if possibly we could just keep that up. We have the stickers, I would be available Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
It's like changing the days.
Well, it just says Wednesday we're closed. They're getting used to it because tomorrow I'm gonna be closed. Can we just try for the next couple of weeks for Carla to be closed on Wednesday? And if, I would just really like a couple of days off this summer.
What are your thoughts about that, Todd?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay, I
Okay.
really think it's in the middle of the week. We have approximately 600 people that have signed up.
600, I'm sorry, 6?
600.
They're incrementing,
Okay.
Todd.
We had 100 over, I think it was 107 people yesterday, and I had 53 today.
Okay.
So
So
they are coming.
Wednesday off isn't gonna crush us.
So I don't think so. And where we've already put it out there, I was thinking, well, if they're used to this Wednesday, why can't they just get used to a couple of more Wednesdays?
Well, I don't find any issues with that. We don't find any issues with that, so we can put it on until September 1st.
Yeah.
When
Nice.
the peak of the close, well, I mean, even if people after September 1st, they can still continue on, but it's gonna be doing regular business hours, but
Right.
we can continue the Wednesdays out until that week of including that week of September 1st,
Okay,
we can include that then.
that's excellent. Thank you.
Okay? Hey, anything else for our next meeting?
Not me.
Okay, can I get a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting?
We'll make a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting.
Okay, I'll second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, meeting adjourned at 6:40 PM.